And welcome back to the channel, everybody, here as we go into the second month of the season here. This team 13-13 right now in this year, as getting a snapshot of the injured list. But today we're going to specifically focus on a couple of pitchers here in this rotation that honestly has been struggling a little bit this year. Sixto Sanchez has been decent there, but besides Pablo Lopez, this pitching staff this year has not been that great. The bullpen has been really solid, though, as you can see. Really, really good bullpen all around for this team. But we're going to finish the month, this first month of the season here. We're going to go into April. So we got one more game to sim here. We're going to sim this series against Arizona as well, and then we're going to get going against San Diego, who are 3 games above 500 at the moment. So we're on a calendar. Let's sim the rest of this month here as another critical situation kind of game, and we are gonna jump into this one in the bottom of the ninth, a 3-3 tie here against Seattle, as the Marlins trying to get one game above 500, and that is a pop fly that he is caught in foul territory. So one down here in the ninth inning, trying to walk it off. Man in scoring position with 2 down now. Miguel Rojas comes to the plate, 0 for 3 in the game to this point. And let's see here with 2 away, as leaning in for the first pitch is Swanson. It's a drive down the line, down, and it gets to the wall. That's going to win it. Miguel Rojas, a walk-off. Garrett Cooper scores, and the Marlins take this game to end the first month of the season. Final game of the year, final game of the month here is a walk-off, and Miami moves to 14-13 on the season. Rojas only batting .209 this year, but he does find a way to smack that ball down the line and win the game here for Miami. So the Marlins with a couple game win streak now, going a 4-3 win. And that's always fun to jump into those critical situations in those type of games. And we've already seen really close games this year. We've already seen a couple of walk-offs from this team this year already. And we get to see another one here as see 3 runs given by Seattle in the first inning, and then from there the pitching held the door and the offense shut him out. A home run by Kyle Lewis, but besides that, the pitches Seattle's offense shut down for the most part. They get a look at what the Miami Marlins offense was able to do. Home run by Soler. Anderson also had a home run. Soler with 20 RBIs now on the season. And of course, Alcantara, pretty good numbers, 7 innings, 4 hits, and 3 runs with 8 strikeouts. So, done with April here now, and we're going to move on into May now. And, again, playing this San Diego series here. We're going to be just highlighting a kind of struggling pitching staff and a struggling rotation at the moment this season. At 14-13, and this is kind of the team that we expected to see, a team that's pretty average, honestly, right in the middle of the pack for the most part. Kind of the team that we thought they were going to be entering the season here, as we get into the month of May and we simulate the first game here in May, and doesn't go very well there. A 9-0 shutout loss to start the month, and then we get kind of killed again here in this opener against Arizona, as we lose this game 2-8. And now we go in, we're gonna simulate here, and we got a close game and a critical situation type of situation there, but we will not go into this game, and we do simulate it, and we actually come back and win here in this game. So we actually win this one, as you get to see we scored there in that bottom of the ninth inning with the first and third, with the man on the corners, and then that game went all the way into the 15th inning, before we're finally able to put that game away and win that game. So Miami wins that one. They're back to 500 again, and you get to see 7 at-bats for Joey Wendell, who looks like had the big walk-off hit in this game for Miami as a 2-1 victory. And you see the offense so far this month has not been there. Only 2 runs, or only 4 runs here through the first few games of this month. But then we get another critical situation. We get another amazing start by Pablo Lopez, who just continues to easily be the best pitcher on the team, and he throws a complete game shutout. I believe that's... I know he has thrown a couple of complete games. That might be his first complete game shutout of the year, but I know he's thrown at least one other complete game this season, but 9 innings and 4 hits with 5 strikeouts. He's at a 2.13 ERA. He is ridiculous. So we go now into this matchup here. We're going to showcase Sandy Alcantara and Trevor Rodgers in this episode, and then we're going to continue this series. So we're going to play all 4 games here against the Padres, and we're going to really be highlighting this series here and going to try and just pick up a rotation that right now is struggling. And Sandy Alcantara, who is struggling right now, an ERA of over 5. And an offense that also has been very lackluster as well. Only, should have been shut out twice this month already, and have kind of struggled offensively. They're going to go up here against Blake Snell, a pretty decent pitcher for sure, but we're really going to be focusing on Sandy Alcantara here, player locking with him at least in the beginning of this ball game. And Eric Hosmer leading things off for the Padres in this one. Hits a grounder over to second, and Jazz Chisholm gets the out there for the first out of the ball game. As we look at this team's starting lineup here for the Padres, you get Eric Hosmer. You see Jake Cronenworth batting .350. Manny Machado has been batting .367 this year. He's been great. Luke Voigt, Will Myers, Hoya Farr, Nomar Mazara, Hassan Kim, and Trent Grisham there rounding out the order. I'm not sure why Tatis is not in this lineup. I don't know if he got hurt or something. It ends up working to our advantage, and ends up being realistic because obviously he didn't play any of the regular season in real life anyways, so I don't really mind that they don't have him in the lineup. I'm just not sure exactly where Tatis is. You won't see him at all in this series, but either way, Jake Cronenworth, who's been their team's best hitter so far this year, it's another hit. You see Luke Voigt with 24 RBIs. That's top 3 in the National League for ribbies, but he just lines it into foul territory, and Garrett Cooper is there to make the catch. So at the end of 1, no score here in this game, and let's see what kind of offense. If the offense can do anything to back up Alcantara here tonight, I bet that he would really appreciate it. As we're now into the bottom of the second, and Hoya Farr is up. You see the Fryer there getting the crowd, trying to hype the crowd up a little bit as a man on first. That 1-2 is swung on and missed. A sinker pretty much right down the middle, so not necessarily a great location right there, but he does get it Farr to swing through it. So 1 down in the inning. Now it's Nomar Mazar, who's going to line one into the outfield, and it's going to launch, and it's going to get down for a single. So Nomar Mazar gets another hit, and now there's 2 men on base for Hassan Kim, who has started out the year pretty well, batting .313 so far this season. The first pitch to him is a ball that gets behind the catcher. Astudillo picks it up and throws it over to third base, but not before the runners move up to second and third. A wild pitch by Sandy Alcantara there. Now 2 men in scoring position for Kim, who sends a fly ball into center field, racing on and making the catch, and they're not going to tag the runner trying to go home there, and that was probably the smartest decision because Sanchez would have gunned the runner down with that throw to the plate. So now with 2 down, trying to get something in the inning, and Trent Grisham grounds it over to third. So Man, I mean, pumping his fist there a little bit as Alcantara, because he somehow works out of that. That was definitely a jam. Second and third, and one away, and he gets out of the inning. Now it's Manny Machado, who sends a fly ball into center. Sanchez, near the wall at the track, makes the catch. Man, that was a ball hit very well by Machado there, but just doesn't get over. Miami does have a run in this game now as we get Luke Voit, who is coming on after the lineout in the first inning for him. And an 0-2 pitch to Luke Voit is swung on and missed. A slider down below the knees by Alcantara. That was a brilliant pitch right there by San Diego Alcantara for sure. A slider at a 7-inch break. Nasty. I mean, even if you do make contact with that type of a pitch, really not much at all you're going to do with it. So, like in the start that Alcantara is having so far, as you have another base runner here, that's going to be a grounder. That is a tailor-made double play, and they do get the out at first base. So Rojas starts it, and that will be the end of the fourth inning. So Marlins up by 1 here, and a great start. Only 2 hits through the first 5 innings now as we go into the bottom of the 6th. Eric Hosmer now up 0-for-2 in this game so far. As Alcantara had 70 pitches, he's been brilliant, but he gives up a base hit there up the middle for a single. Only the 3rd hit allowed by Alcantara in this ball game. But now some trouble. Leadoff base runner here for the Padres. San Diego trying to break through, as now it's Manny Machado, who hits a little tapper, but it's right back to Alcantara, the pitcher, who is going to go to first, and he throws it away and pulls Cooper off of the bag, and it's going to be a error, and a big error right there, as they can't get the out, and now 2 men on with only 1 man out. And here's Luke Voit again, 0-for-2, but in a big spot now, as that ball is low and below the knees, and a sinker here. So Alcantara kind of losing it here now, 3-0 to Luke Voit, and of course, you know, the air doesn't help, but then that ball is outside. The slider misses, and now the bases are loaded. And with 87 pitches, now surely work going on in that bullpen here as Will Myers comes on and is at the plate now. 234 average for him, but a monster spot here with the bases loaded and 1 man out. Here comes the pitch. Will Myers grounds it up the middle. Throw and into center field. A base hit. 1 run scores. Throw to the plate is not going to be in time. It pulls Astudillo off the bag. San Diego scores 2 runs. Will Myers with a big-time single to make it 2-1, and that walk right there, the second of the inning, will seemingly do it. Yes, it will, as here comes our manager, Don Mattingly, who will take Alcantara out of the game, and man, really disappointing 6th inning for him. I mean, a couple of walks, and of course the error doesn't help, but couple of walks, a couple of hits given up in that inning as well, and 2 runs, and leaving it quite a jam for Eliza Hernandez, who has been, you know, decent this year. He has given up 13 walks. That's a bit more than you would like. His ERA is sitting at right around 4 right now, but that is a fly ball into center field. Sanchez racing on to make the catch, and they're going to try and tag the runner from third. This will be a close play, and they get him out of the plate. Oh, Luke Voit gunned down. Nice throw by Jesus Sanchez. And you think that's just on the border, a ball that's, you know, not super deep into center field. And with the speed of Luke Voit, just getting that tag in there in time. Man, oh man, really close play at the plate. And now we go into the top of the 7th, and now we go into the offense here. Can the offense do anything? Now the offense needs to come through. They only have 1 run in this game to this point, and Miguel Rojas swings early on that pitch and crushes it down the line, but it is a foul ball. Now an 0-2 to Rojas is swung on in the air. That's early again, but he gets good wood on this one into left, and that ball is gone! Over the leaping left fielder, And Miguel Rojas, with his 5th dinger of the year, ties the game at 2. Silencing the crowd here in San Diego a little bit with a ball that just barely gets over the wall. I believe that's Profar out there in left, who cannot catch it as it goes over his glove. Now 2 men on here with nobody out, and it's, oh man, that's unfortunate, as he cannot beat out the double play attempt there. As you saw, first and second, nobody out, but unfortunately, Jesus Sanchez grounds into a double play. And now Jazz Chisholm, who's 3 for 3 in the game, but sends that one into left, and right to the left fielder who makes the catch. But in the inning, Miguel Rojas getting a ball over the fence and tying the game here. We are all knotted at 2 apiece. As here we go into the 8th. Luis Garcia on for the Padres, and he's been perfect in 10 innings to this point. A 0 ERA, 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. He's been excellent. So a hard reliever here to face for Miami. Here's Jorge Soler, who's 0 for 3 in this game with a strikeout his last time up, and he takes that pitch high for a ball. And Garrett Cooper on deck, batting 291, batting 291 this year. But here comes a full count pitch to Soler. It is on the outside corner, and it's a sinker for strike 3. So at least the second strikeout of the game. And now Jesus Aguilar grounds it right back to his counterpart at first base there to end the top of the 8th inning. And so the offense can't get anything going in the top of the 8th. Now we go on into the bottom. And let's see, Jake Cronenworth coming on here. And we're going to bring in Zach Pop out of the pen. Long reliever who's been pretty decent. Pretty good out of the bullpen in 14 innings. A 3.86 ERA. He's been good. Now Jake Cronenworth up here. 0-2 is a swing and a miss. And a ball way inside and way in the dirt. That was a filthy pitch right there. And that gets the out. So 1 away in the inning now. It's Manny Machado. Hasn't done anything in this game so far. 0 for 3. But he changes that with a drive into the outfield, and Garcia stops it. But that is a single. The first hit of the game by the Padres superstar Manny Machado. And now a man on. Luke Voigt is up 0 for 2 with a walk earlier in the game. And he takes that pitch as a sinker on the outside corner for strike 2. Full count pitch outside for ball 4. So for the second time, he is on base with a walk. And Zach Pop here struggling with the command and giving 2 men up now. And Will Myers, who has a hit already, gets a ground ball up the middle. And that is going to be just an out. Just taking care of the 1 out there is a really slow roll and no chance of a double play. And just stepping on second. So here is Jorge Alfaro now. 0 for 2, first and third, 2 down. Biggest spot of the game to this point. And let's see if Zach Pop can contain a little bit of a rally here by San Diego. And here comes the pitch. It's another ground ball over to Chisholm, who picks it up and is unsure of where to go. He tries to race over to the bag to take care of himself and get the out, but a runner will score. So not really a hit that scores a run. But I think he should have gone home, though. Just unsure of where to go. And that ball is underneath the glove of Garrett Cooper. And around third is another run. And the save at the plate. As Alcantara cannot get the tag in on time. And Jerickson Profar extends the lead for the Padres. It's 4-2 now. And Jazz Chisholm will take care of that and get the out. And, man, if only, I think that was, it should have been an out at least somewhere. I don't think it was a ball that was hit hard enough to be a double play ball. But unfortunately, Jazz Chisholm not really knowing where to go with the ball in that situation, and ends up coming 2 runs end up coming across there. And now we go into the top of the 9th. Williams Astudillo, the last chance, the last gasp for Miami here. Trying to get anything going. That's a fly ball. But this is just going to be a shallow one into center field, and that's going to be the end of the game as Miami will fall short, and it's going to be a loss to by Zach Pop in this game. Alcantara pitched well. Pitched pretty well into the 6th inning. Struggled in that 6th inning, but still, overall a good game. But Zach Pop cannot is handed the loss, and the offense again for Miami, you just didn't see it really. The home run by Rojas, but only 2 runs. It's just, you just put so much pressure on your pitching staff if you're only scoring, 2-3 runs a game. And we've talked about it a lot already this season. Just the struggle in consistency for the offense, the struggle in stringing hits together, and we saw that again here in this game. So here we go on into the next one here. This is the very next day as we get into this second game here between the Padres. In this game, we're going to focus on Trevor Rodgers specifically here in Miami, 16-16 on the year. So right at 500 Ball Club, and the Padres with 18 wins. They're only 2 games above 500, but they're in a better spot right now than Miami is. So Miami trying to go above 500 again, and they got a pitcher in Sean Manaea who has been pretty decent, pretty good to start the year for the Padres. So, and hopefully can get more offense than we did in the first game here for Trevor Rodgers to be able to use. And Rodgers has been pretty bad this year. He struggled the whole season. He's had a couple of good starts, but for the most part, he's just struggled with the consistency part, and it's just not what we would like to see out of Trevor Rodgers. Is one of those young pitchers that we expect to be superstars, and I expect him to be kind of a little bit. I don't expect him to come this year and be incredible, but the hope is this guy's your future ace in 2-3 years. So just have to see how the season continues, but hopefully he can build some confidence and just get some consistency there, as you saw that strikeout from Manny Machado. Here as Luke Voit is up 0 for 2 with a couple of walks in the opener of this series here, as that's a ball high for Rodgers. Too high in there, but now a 1-2 count. Trying to get Luke Voit here now, as here we go, leaning in for this 1-2, trying to get the sign from Astudillo, the catcher. He's got the pitch now, and here it comes. It's a swing and a miss on a nasty circle change below the knees. And another look at this pitch, instant replay of that ball that was filthy. And there is the second strikeout. There's the first out of the inning. Now Hoya Alfaro, and he will take a ball inside, a slider for a walk. So a man on. Here comes Will Myers, who pretty important in that last game as he had that RBI single. So again, the fire here for San Diego, trying to get this crowd hyped up once more. Here comes Will Myers to swing and ground it into the outfield and through for a single. No chance at stopping that ball from going on into the outfield. Here we go. Now 2 men on and 1 man out. Troy Grisham swings, and he's going to send a ball into the outfield. That's going to score the runner from second base. Around and in is, I don't believe that's Luke Voit. That might be Luke Voit. He walked earlier, but Trenton Grisham gets the run in and makes it 1-0. Not sure who that runner that scored was, but now Jerickson Profar here is up as trying to steal third base, and they actually get it. I thought that might be an out, as it's a double steal. Not something you see quite often there, and that's a ground ball by Profar. That's going to be a stop. Tough play, and they are going to make it, but a run does come in to score. No chance to get the runner at home, and so Chisholm gets the out. A pretty good play, but now it's 2-0, and the Padres get a couple of runs here in the second inning now, as Ha-Seong Kim trying to keep the inning going. Batting .300 this year overall, and he will send a ground ball over to third. Brent Anderson here throws it off across the diamond, end of the second inning. And Miami here down 2-0 now, and a couple of hits an inning for the Padres and a walk, and now down 2-0. So we keep going, bottom of the third. Eric Hosmer 0 for 1. In this game, he leads off the bottom of the third inning after leading off the bowl game here. And how does Josh Rodgers recover after a tough second inning? That's going to be a key here now. As we 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Four-seamer inside. Great fastball there. And his third strikeout of the game. And that's a pop-up on the first base, down the first base line and in foul territory, as it's caught by Aguilar to end the third. So a good response inning there. No runs in the third inning. We're going to the bottom of the fourth now, and Miami gets a run. Now Trent Grisham swings and sends a ball that's hit pretty well into the outfield, and racing on and making the catch is De La Cruz out in right field. That's a great job of bringing that one on in after it was hit really well by Grisham, but not well enough. So into the fourth. On we go now into the bottom of the fifth. Jerickson Profar, an RBI with that ground out earlier. And here comes a 2-0 to him as a fly out ball into the outfield. Sanchez cannot get to it, and that is a base hit. So Profar gets on with a single. Here now to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning. Now Jake Cronenworth with 2 down in the inning, and he will pop it up, and Astudillo will race over and make the catch to end the inning. So, I mean, a few hits given up here by the pitcher here, Trevor Rodgers, but no runs yet, and only 4 hits allowed. So he's been pretty good. I mean, a struggling second inning, but he's put up 4 innings now of nothing given up. So now we get into Will Myers, 1 for 2 with that base hit earlier in the game, and he'll lead off the 7th. And that's low, and trying to get him out. He's trying to get on base again here in this game. The 3-1 is just barely low, below the knees. So again, Will Myers getting on base. He's been doing that in this series, and it looks like that is going to be it. All right, so they take him out of the game. I mean, trying to get him 7 innings. He gets 6. Really good, solid innings of only 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, and a couple of walks. I mean, overall, a good game. He is responsible for the man on first base, as here comes Zach Pop on into the game for the second straight night. And again in a tie game here, 2-2, as now here comes Trent Grisham up. So here comes a 2-0 here to Grisham. It is swung on and driven into right field, into that corner there on right, and it is gone. Trent Grisham, 344 feet. It's a homer, and it is a lead for the Padres here in the 7th. And a ball crushed right into that corner there in right field, the shortest part of the ballpark, I believe. And man, Zach Pop gives up a homer, the first home run in this episode by the Padres at the very least. And Grisham, 344-foot homer into the corner. And man, 2-4, same score as last game, and Miami again down by a couple. And again, it's the later innings here, and in the last game was the 6th, and this game now it's the 7th. And man, just unfortunate now. Zach Pop struggling here in a battle right now with Jerickson Profar, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI. He's been pretty influential in this series, and he gets on base again with a walk. And so Zach Pop not doing a great job right now in the bullpen. I mean, immediately gives up a home run. Now he's giving up a walk. Here comes Ha-Seong Kim up now. Still nobody out in this 7th inning. That is out number 1. A swing and a miss at a slider. Great off-speed pitch there outside of the zone. Now Eric Hosmer, he's going to hit a ground ball, and that's going to get right on through into the outfield, and Cooper throws it over to the third baseman Anderson, and that is going to be runners going from first to third. So Miami trying to, you got to hold the runners here. You got to hold this lead at only 2, but San Diego trying to add on here, and that is going to be it for Zach Pop. Not a great job. I mean, a home run, a walk, and a hit. Not a great job. We bring in Anthony Bender, who just recently came off of the injured list here. He's only pitched 2 innings this year, so I'd like to see him get more time this season, but he immediately comes in and gives up a base hit into the outfield, and De La Cruz will throw it back in, but San Diego here in the 7th inning, I mean, just a rally. There's a lot of, not crazy solid contact. I mean, the home run, but now after the home run has happened, you get a walk and you get just a few solid contact base hits, and Jake Cronenworth coming through again for another big run, and we haven't seen much. That's a ground ball, and that's a double play. I mean, Manny Machado hasn't really done anything in these 2 games, but the offense for San Diego just doing a lot of things right, and man, a monster 7th inning for him as they get 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th, and now control the game as we go into the 8th. And again, for the 2nd straight night, Miami's offense only has mustered 2 runs. So, man, again, the offense not doing much to back up the pitching staff here. As Jorge Soler swings way early at that knuckle curve by Stammen and is thrown out. So a strikeout there. Craig Stammen gets the out and 1 away now in the inning. As we go 2 down here now in the frame, and Brian De La Cruz, who's back in the starting lineup after he was kind of put on the bench, but some struggles from some other players here put him back in the starting order, and he swings and misses at that 0-2, and he swings and misses early on the slider, and he will strike out, and that is the end of the 8th. So, man, a couple of strikeouts there, and the Marlins fall in this 8th inning. And again, I mean, you see 8 hits, so it's not like the offense hasn't been able to get any hits in this game. It's just the runs. That's where we've struggled in this game and in the whole entirety of the season. But you got Taylor Rodgers, who, struggling a little bit to start the year. He's got 8 saves, but he has a 4.82 ERA. This is, closer that you can maybe do something against. As here's Miguel Rojas trying to start the 9th inning off with something. He's 0 for 3 in the game. Perfect swing timing as a drive into center field. Racing back, and he makes the catch. Oh, man, that's just how it's going right now for the offense. Trent Grisham makes the catch there. I mean, that's perfect swing timing. Can't get much better than that, and it's just an out. So, unfortunate there. William Astudillo, he will swing, and he will plop one into the outfield there and into left. So, he will get into second base. Pretty close play for a ball that looked like a sure-handed double, but Astudillo, his 5th double of the season. Now it's Brian Anderson, who's 2 for 4 in the game, and he will pop it up into foul territory, and the left fielder races on over to make the catch. Oh, that's a dagger right there. That is really unfortunate. A ball that, man, just if that would have landed foul, you think, as Jesus Sanchez now, I mean, the best hitter on the team, it's going to come down to him, but he hits a ground ball. Oh, and a diving stop. It is stopped into the outfield. That probably saved a run right there from it going into the outfield. But first and third, still 2 outs. But all right, Jazz Chisholm now. Can he keep the game going? He will swing and a line drive. I mean, good swing timing, almost perfect. And it's just right to the player there. And right to the shortstop, and that is going to be the end of the game. So, man, just not a good start to this 4-game set against the Padres here. And a 3-run 7th carries the Padres on to the victory here in this one in the offense. For the Marlins, I mean, only 4 runs in this episode combined by the offense. And, I mean, it just... You're not going to win very many 2-0 or 2-1 games, so that's the thing about the offense. And the pitching was pretty decent, but the offense just wasn't there. So, I mean, both pitchers overall had good games, had good starts, but unfortunately doesn't lead to any of the wins here. So we'll have the rest of this series here. But guys, remember to just continue to subscribe to this channel, continue to like these videos and share these videos with other people here as continue to try and grow the channel. But guys, thank you for watching here. It's been Lucas from Mars. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.